Now, it seems as though no matter what method is used for an election, there is always some form of unfairness occurring. So for this example, it says the table shows the preference table for an election with candidates snap, crackle, and pop. And of course, here's a preference table here. It says, suppose the plurality method of voting is used to declare a winner. Does this election violate any of the 4 criteria addressed in this section? And here's the 4 criteria that we addressed. So we're going to use the plurality method. And the plurality method, again, of course, means that the candidate with the most first choice votes should win the election. So as we go down here, we could see that Snap has the most first choice votes with 7. Crackle has 3 and Pop has 2. So using the plurality method, Snap would be declared the winner. So now, does this method violate the majority criterion? Well, the majority criterion states that the candidate with 50%, more than 50% of first choice votes should win. We have 7 plus 3, that's 10, plus 2, that's 12. So then a majority would have to be 7 or more votes. And of course, Snap got 7 or more votes. So this particular election method does not violate the majority criterion. So this is okay. So now we're going to see if it violates the Set Criterion. The Set Criterion, that's a head-to-head. So we'll go ahead and we'll put Snap versus Crackle, Snap versus Pop, and then Crackle versus Pop. So we can see here that Snap beats Crackle. You get 7. Crackle beats Snap. So Crackle gets 3, and Crackle beats Snap here, gets 2. But again, Snap wins. He's got more higher ranking votes, so Snap wins in that head-to-head. We'll do Snap versus Pop. Snap again wins with 7. Pop gets 3 and then 2, but Snap still wins. So Snap wins a head-to-head. We don't even have to do Crackle versus Pop because Snap already has a majority here. So because of that, it does not violate the Set Criterion. Now recall that the Monotonicity Criterion is if a winning candidate gets more votes, then that candidate should still win in a similar election. So the only way Snap here can get more votes is if this column, these ballots, switched their votes, made Snap up here and Crackle down here, or if this one brought Snap up here and Crackle down here, or maybe both of these changed. But either way, Snap is still gaining more votes and would still win. So this particular method does not violate the Monotonicity Criterion. And finally, the independence of a relative alternatives criterion. That means if a candidate was to be removed or drop out of the race and an election was then held again, would the winning candidate still win? So if Crackle was to drop out, that means Pop would wind up getting 5. Or if Pop was to drop out, that means Crackle would wind up getting 5. But either way, it still doesn't beat Snap's 7 ballots here. So it does not violate the independence of a relative alternatives criterion. So this demonstrates that it is possible that a particular election will not violate any of the 4 criteria. However, in a different election with different preference ranking, it is equally possible for the same voting method to violate one or more of the 4 criteria. But there we go.